Hello everyone. My name is Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my time bench. Today is going to be a bit of a semi-controversial one. Doing a Squirmy Wormy. I know it's one that a lot of people here in North America don't like using for whatever reason. Maybe it's because they think it's more of a lure than a fly, and so on and so forth. But I look at it this way: if it catches me fish, I'm going to use it. It's a bugger of a material to use, this stuff, but it has saved many a day. So I just put my hook in. Let's go take a look. So we got a Hends BL254N, size 10, BL200, any short shank streamer style hook. Gonna use some Semperfli classic waxed. Start my thread. If you want this weighted, put some underbody weight, or put a bead in the front. When you're doing the bead in the front, if that's the way you're going to do it, I use a bobbin threader, and I just push it through the bead, and then put my Squirmy Wormy on and pull it through it, and that way it's going through like something like this, right? So it's coming in from underneath, it goes underneath it. So I like having a bit of a decent layer underneath here. Again, like I said, this stuff is so squirmy, slippery. A little bit of wax. You can't use any crazy glues or head cements or anything like that with this stuff. It just deteriorates. It eats it up. So, okay, got a little bit of fluff on there from some dubbing, but that's okay. I'm going to use a piece of Squirmy Wormy material. I want about 1.5 inches or so out the back, so I'm just going to hold that there. This is, in my opinion, the hardest part of this whole fly is getting this back end started. Once you got this back end started, it's all cool, but this is the most difficult part, in my opinion. Because this stuff, like I said, it just doesn't want to cooperate. It always wants to turn and spin, and so I got a couple of wraps over on top of it. Now I'm doing a couple of wraps behind it, then I'll lift both up, do a couple of wraps in front of it. Just try to lock that in there, right? So just so it doesn't spin on me. And some of you are thinking, well, why didn't he cut that front piece off? Well, no, because I'm going to wrap with it, right? I want to have that as my body. So, and again, just make sure that's out of the way. A couple of wraps behind. And this up top. A couple of wraps in front. Okay, I'm just going to hold both of those out of the way for a second. Now this part here, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll try it. This is a piece of flexi floss, black flexi floss. I'm just going to use this as a segmentator or as a rib on this fly. It's going to help me put a rib onto it, and it just helps segment the body a bit. You will see it, but you won't see it. You can use a red one if you want, if you don't want it seen. But once I stretch this, you won't really see that much of it anyway. So, okay, again, I'm just putting now the black out of the way. And then I'm going to take the red, the front one, and I'm going to just, not too tight, just give it a wrap all the way to the front, and then tie that off. When you tie this off, you want this stuff, you want it to come and kind of wrap up to the top, because you want it coming out the top. So you want to allow it to roll a bit, but not too much. So, and if it doesn't roll, you can see that's coming off the side a little bit. I just give this a twist and it'll roll up, unless I've got my thread too tight already, which I do. So I'll just loosen it off a bit. Not a big deal. Because I want it to come off the top, right? I don't want it to come off the side. So, let's see. There, that's better. So that's come off the top now. So now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to wrap it in that segmentation. Every wrap that I wrapped with the Squirmy, I'll wrap with this and then bring it to the front. And now, again, have to redo that again. The difficult part is trying to get this tied down properly and keeping that squirmy material out of the way. So now I'm going to take the squirmy material and put it back into my clip, and then just tie off my, don't put that squirmy stuff in so tight and it'll hold. You know what, I'm just going to wrap it for now, just to keep it out of my way. So just wrap that stretch floss, make sure that's very nicely tied in. And then before I even cut that off, I'm going to do my whip finish. I'm just going to do a whip finish right in behind here. This will actually help hold this front piece of the squirmy up as well. So before I even cut it off, just in case, before I cut off my thread, I'm just going to cut off that, and then I will take this and I'm going to roughly match up the lengths, just roughly, so about there. And that's my squirmy. She's finished. Like I said, I do this with a red rib as well. I do this with a green rib, all kinds of different colors. But I feel that the red and this black here just helps bring that segmentation out. It really just pops that segmentation. But like I said, it's unfortunate that these things don't last that long because you can't use any chemicals on these. It just eats everything up. So they're simple to tie, they're fast to tie, and you want them to be simple and fast and plain and simple, because especially toothy critters like brown trout and brookies and bull trout and stuff like that, even some rainbows in spawn and stuff like that, they'll get one tooth or two teeth into the body section here, and this whole thing will unwrap. It's just the way it is. So it's not the best material for that, but fish go nuts for these stupid things. So yeah, I'd make sure you have them. I like having them unweighted and weighted, especially for the rivers. I like having them with beads on them. And I really like having them, and this is a really, really butt ugly one, but this is a deadly one, like this. Just like that, just really ugly, just a lot of, it's the Semperfli ice straggle, chenille, just wrapped around a couple of times with a big bead in the middle, and it's just, it's an ugly pile of orange blobby stuff, but it really works really well. But sometimes you need a little bit more minimalistic like this, more of a bloodworm look. So yeah. Give that one a shot, guys. Be patient. If you've never used Squirmy Wormy material, be patient with it. It is a pain in the butt to start to learn how to use. Once you've learned how to use it, you'll get the hang of it. Make sure you're locking in front and behind, both sides. Otherwise, it'll end up down here on you and twisting and all that stuff. Especially the back. You want this one up, because this one, if it's not up, if it's around the side, it'll end up fouling around your hook all the time, and you don't want that. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, thumbs up. If you subscribed, thank you very much. If you have not, please consider doing so. We're getting really, really close to 2,000 subscribers, and I got quite a bit of stuff to give away once we hit 2,000. I got books to give away. I've got materials. I've got shirts. I've got scissors from Renomed. I got shirts and swag from Semperfli. I've got all kinds of stuff. So I got Hens materials. So yeah, just keep on paying attention and invite your friends, and yeah, let's get it up to 2,000 so we can start some of these giveaways. Tie lines.